Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy that you decided to stop by today. If you're here for the first time, my name is Nasipi, and this is just a channel that's meant to be like a documentary of my life, essentially, my growth, things that I encounter. It's a brand new channel that I started a couple of weeks ago, and I was hesitant to record this week because I feel like there's literally nothing happening in my life. But then I had to remind myself that the reason why I wanted to start this channel wasn't necessarily to, showcase activities or things that are happening, but more than that, it was more for me to just have a platform where I process things, I process life, my thoughts, my decision making, things that I encounter on a day to day that aren't really significant in the grand scheme of things. But for me, in that moment, if it's a big thing, then I'm going to talk about it. So it literally is meant for me to just vent. And I thought, you know what, let me give myself permission to do so. So the last time I posted, I was really going through the most. I was very overwhelmed with work and school, and just life in general was just a lot. It was way too much. I was not coping, and a lot of it came down to really time management and having to learn that I'm going to have to move differently, So I am in the process of getting back on track. I am feeling a lot better, I will admit, and I'm so grateful to my inner circle, the people that really hold space for me, for giving me the time and the space for me to feel, for me to figure myself out, and eventually to bounce back. So I am not 100% there yet. Things are still quite hectic, but I'm doing significantly better, and I'm proud of myself for that, because sometimes you really feel like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? Am I cut out for this? The imposter syndrome starts kicking in, that I commit myself to a lot more than I can deliver. So you just started getting stuck in a lot of negative self-talk and a lot of negative patterns. But I had to reel it back in. I needed to bring myself back to myself and to remind myself that I'm capable, and that this is challenging because it's new, because it's change. It's challenging not because I can't do it or I don't have the capacity to. I 100% can, because I'm that girl. I literally am that girl, and I have to keep reminding myself that God would not entrust me with opportunities and not give me the capacity to deliver. So I'm super excited this week. I'm recording this on a Monday. I've already had a successful day that sort of has set the tone for my week. So I'm really grateful for that. But in terms of hobbies, all the stuff that I had mentioned that I'm getting into this year, I feel like I had neglected them in the busyness of things this last couple of weeks, but I've slowly started to get back into it. I've started reading again, which is really, really nice, and is one way of me just getting my mind to zone in. I spent this weekend with my sister, which was really, really nice. I love spending time with her because she also just grounds me, and just reminds me that, bro, relax, things aren't that deep. So I really, really enjoyed that. So I'm feeling in high spirits. So I thought, you know what, it's worth acknowledging. I haven't gone back to gym. I'm embarrassed because I haven't gone back to gym simply because I've been lazy. It's not that I haven't been feeling well or haven't had time. I think I've just been lazy. So I had to spank myself on the hand for that, because really it's on me. But what I am excited about doing, I'm going back to swimming next week. And I think for me, swimming is the one thing that really anchored me at the gym. Everything else, I'm still a newbie, and so it can still feel a little bit intimidating, or feel like I don't know exactly what I need to be doing. But when I'm swimming, then it it already gives me something that I'm excited to do at the gym. And then sometimes I'll just then decide that before I go to swim, then I can do a quick 30-minute session, whether it's cardio or weights, or maybe I'll swim. And then if I feel like I'm still energized, then I'll do that 30 to 45-minute session after. So the swimming really is my anchor. It's my safe space. It's what I enjoy. So not being able to do that really sucked ass. It threw me off. It really threw me off. So that I'll be getting back into next week. But what else is happening? I'm looking for an apartment. I'm moving soon, so I am apartment hunting, which really marks a new chapter for me. There's a lot of things that I'd set, intentions that I'd set for this year, and one of the key ones was that I want depth. I want to see depth in how I live my life, in the things that I love. I want to go deeper and really also question myself in terms of like, is this it for me? Is this the lifestyle that I want? Is this where I want to live? What can I do to expose myself, to a different way of living, to different ways of being, and then make an informed decision before I, settle down and, subscribe to a certain life or lifestyle. I don't want to fall into things by default. So I didn't explicitly say it, but I kind of prompted it. I kind of subconsciously was desiring some type of change, even in where I live. I absolutely love where I live. Chef's kiss. It is like pretty much my dream area to live in because it's so convenient. Everything is so accessible. The frequency is just right. It just aligns with where I am in my life. Very aspirational, very like young and hip and on the move, which I absolutely love. But I think change will be good for me. Looking into moving into the area that I'm looking in is quite slow and more family oriented and very quiet. So I want to see how I live and feel in that space or in that environment and how that treats me. So I think that's a big move that I'm looking forward to pretty soon. I think that's it, man. What else did I do? So I did a bit of that this past weekend, just viewing apartments. So a couple that I like, well, two that I liked, and one that I did not like. So I've only viewed 3 so far, and then we'll see how that process goes. So that's another big thing. But apart from that, thank you to my friends who have really held me down during this time, just checking up on me. I hated to be the person who like cancels on plans and doesn't show up to things, but I'm so grateful that my friends have really understood and been supportive and given me the space that I need to like we take mental health quite seriously amongst us, and it's a conversation that we're very open about. So if you're struggling, say so, so that other people can show up for you. But anyway, I think that's it for now. It really is nothing happening except for that I'm grateful that I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. Speaking of my hobby, swimming, I was on the Adidas site. Sure, that was loud. Speaking on swimming, I was on Adidas, the Adidas site the other time, and I found it sensitive. I thought this was gonna be like my go back to gym incentive. It is so gorgeous. Like I tried it on this morning when it arrived, and I was just like, this is so cute. But the back is so freaking sexy. I was just like, I don't think I can wear this at the gym because it's this, I don't know if it's going to be on camera, but it's this open back situation. Oh my gosh. It is so stunning. And the fit is perfect. So I was just like, maybe let me save it for my holiday. Also, I did book my first international solo trip. So I'm so excited to have that coming up. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm not a solo traveler, but I want to do something. So I think maybe I'll save this for my trip. So 10 out of 10. Another thing, I don't know why I'm unboxing. Well, I guess the things are just on my table. This delivery arrived today. I know that so many people are not a fan of this, but I got the Mary Jane and I am obsessed with it. So not like I don't know, man. Sometimes my phone will capture things nicely, so I'm just gonna spin it around. So I absolutely love this shoe. Completely different to anything else that I have. Oh, but it is so cute. It is so cute. I hope it's showing nicely. I hope this phone is really doing it justice. But how cute. So I got these sometime last week, I think. And I arrived this morning, hence they're still sitting on my counter. But this shoe specifically is also like representative of me leaning into my personal style. I think from last year I've been preaching about, oh my gosh, I just want to figure out my personal style and completely like lean into it and, you know, figure out what do I like, what looks good on me, understand my body, how do I want to show up. And there's certain pieces that I'm always anxious to buy, or not anxious, like nervous rather, to buy, because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not too cool for that shoe. I think, girl, you are not too cool. It's like you're just not cool enough, brother. You're not cool enough to rock that shoe. It just looks so pretty on like other people, especially if you wear it with like those tiny weeny white socks that have the little frills. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And I was just like, bro, you like it, get it, and you'll figure out how to style it. So this shoe is like a wild card. I don't have anything like this. It's the Adidas Mary Jane Samba. I got it in this brown and it is beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm leaning more into my personal style. So I will be sharing a few items and pieces that I get along the way, because it's also part of my growth to finally decide, okay, this is how I want to show up in the world. This is who I am, and giving myself permission to experiment with my look. Even this hair color, like I'm such a boring person in terms of like color and experiment. I always have black extensions, but this time around I was just like, girl, let's do something a little bit different, and I ended up loving it. So I'm taking those risks as well, just to have a little bit more fun with my look, and I guess also that's another thing that's adding to just my mood, to say, dude, yes, life is serious, but also life is not that serious. Have fun, dye your hair pink if you want to. All of it is temporary. All of it is temporary. So yeah, I think that's it for now. I wish you guys a really beautiful week ahead, and yeah, I hope that everybody is keeping it together and doing well in your respective jobs and lives. And thank you so much for being here. Toodles.